Hello, and welcomes back everyone, AnthWolf here with more Pillars of Eternity. Where we last left off, or at least I thought we had completed one of the side quests for, I suppose you can call it the Alchemist of Hearthsong here. But then I realised we hadn't actually completed the mission. We need to go up and see Alari once again, just to let her know that Renato, the passing Valalian merchant, has been dealt with. So we'll slowly run up. I wonder if she's still here, or if she's actually back in the marketplace now. Oh, nope, she's still here. You are welcome into our hearth. What news do you bring? Renato won't be troubling you anymore. He's dead. Dead? I am not surprised given his behaviour thus far, but the death of a Valalian merchant could bode poorly for trade. Still, the matter is settled and Renato will no longer darken our market. Here is your payment for services rendered. Travel safely, stranger. We gain some money, we gain some reputation, the quest is complete. Major adventure completed. Kana returns to the stronghold with average reputation with the effort village and items. Very good. What is our reputation like with Twin Elms? It's still neutral, but we did get a moderate positive bonus. So now we can go to the Passage of the Six. Activate fast mode to get ourselves travel down there quickly. Oh, hello. Lorelei Rosethorn. As you near, you feel a vibrant history containing the essence of this woman's soul. You see a ragged child, oil lamp in hand, making her way down an alleyway. Blood-encrusted socks on small numb feet push forward despite the cold. She has eyes only for the barn ahead and the soft hay inside. She fumbles with the lock, hairpin in hand. Despite the cold, she unlocks the door with expert fingers and slips a gaunt frame inside. Somewhere between closing the door and falling to the floor, the lamp spills from her grasp. The flames try the hay tentatively, and find it to their liking, reaching faster, farther. The girl screams. Outside, a woman whips through the streets, chasing shouts and smoke. Her hands are moving before she sees the flames, and from her fingertips erupt 3 near-invisible missiles of force. They shout at the barn door, but fire delights in company and roars larger in response. The screaming has stopped. Skinning herself in iron, the woman mutters a prayer and pushes forwards into the inferno. The fire screeching, starving, she responds with fury and frost and hail. She will not be swayed, and the fire is defeated. The child is weak, chest dry and searing with smoke, but alive. The woman carries her out to cheers and applause as molten sweat dribbles down her silver face. And are you the child? Or are you the mage that rescued the child? I suppose that is the question. I say we probably should have Palagina in our party at this point, but we can always come back here. Because this is where we can most likely try and get the broker the trade agreement. The twice split arrows, the 3 tusk Stagar. Yes, I'm sure the Anamfatha will not commune together for another season. The stone bramble, the fisher crane, the keepers of the stone, and the guided compass. Those are the 6 tribal rulers, I think. And we have another person here we can peel the soul of. Crows. You see a small murder of crows gathered on a dirt path that cuts through some dry farmland. They follow this Olan, who is slowly making his way down the path. They sometimes hop, sometimes fly, gliding after him but always staying behind. Occasionally, one will alight briefly on his shoulder, only to quickly take wing again and join its kin. As he nears a small village, a crow lands on his shoulder and begins cawing excitedly. The Olan smiles and nods as if in greeting. He takes a small crumb of bread from a pocket in his cloak and gives it to the crow, who grabs it in its beak and flies a small distance away to eat its prize in peace. Small children, drawn by the noise made by the crow, rush out to see who the approaching stranger could be. When he has a sufficient audience, the Olan lifts both arms out at his sides, and, as if they have been trained, the crows flock to him, landing on his hands and arms. They rock, cawing almost in unison, as he stands there quietly humming a lively tune. He looks at the children and begins to tell them strange facts. He tells them of the different caws a crow can make, and what they mean. He tells them of the pecking order, the crow kings and queens long past, and the times of their reigns. He does this for some time, all the while with his arms bearing the weight of half-dozen crows. At length his arms seem to tire, and he drops them again, and the crows take flight, spiralling up over his head, and then glide off in all directions. A black feathery tornado dissipating in the fading daylight. The children's delighted screams echo down the road as they run back toward town. The Olan stands alone on the road, watching his crows disappear in the distance. That's a nice little parlour trick. And here is one of the Glenfarthing leaders. Let us save and present ourselves.
Another Estramore. What do you want?
Careful. This woman's young for an elder, and looking to prove herself, I think. I would like to visit the other districts of Twin Elms.
There are reasons we don't let you Estramoran roam our sacred city. Reasons I am coming to understand.
Perhaps we can work out an arrangement. I have no wish to cause a stir. I'm afraid not.
Looters have grown bolder at the sights of the builders. The people of Defiance Bay set fire to their own city. And every week, the 3 Tusk Stelgar bring news of more desperate settlers pushing at our borders, trying to escape their plague of Anolfane children.
Suddenly, you feel the presence of someone else in the hall. The Amen Faith continues to glare at you, but something has stepped out of her skin. It reaches out to you.
Permitting more strangers the freedom of the city is out of the question right now. Go and be thankful that Anamfatha Shimak doesn't sit in the passage of the Six today. He would not be so kind as I.
A vision of an Olan man appears next to Bethwl. He has the same green-brown fur and hazel eyes as she does. Help me reason with them. He points behind you. Turning, you see a ghostly shapes of 5 other Anamfatha. Another Olan with tawny fur and a scarred face. A frowning dwarf, a black-furred Olan and 2 elves. You're angry about something. I hear it in your voice. What is it? Are the outrages I've not listed enough for you? Trouble brews and none of it is my choosing. The spectral Orlan takes another step from her, setting his foot down with a slow, heavy motion. Tendrils of essence strain between them, and he grimaces and leans forward as if struggling against a gale. The angry Anamfatha winces. War. They're headed for war. Remind them of Ferret's warning. Does Ferret's warning mean anything to you? Ferret's soul image gasps. Taut threads of essence tug at him, drawing him back into the Anamfatha. He looks up at you again. I tried to tell them. The Builder's soul have touched even the Esmeralda.
You'd better explain yourself.
The 210 tribesmen look from the Anamfatha to you, their sword hands ready. The Builder's souls have touched even the Esmeralda.
There's no way you could have known this saying. Not unless you are a Galuth on Anams, a watcher of souls.
Great. Another title for us which I'm never going to be able to pronounce. Ferret tried to warn the other tribes about something. What was it?
Ferret's warning came before the Broken Stone War. Ferret, my ancestor on my mother's side, was Anamfatha of our tribe then. When the Estramoric farmers defiled the Builder's monuments, Ferret urged the other Anamfatha to patience, but louder, angrier voices prevailed. Ferret believed that the invaders could be taught to respect the Builders as we do. He also believed the Builders' souls had spread to all peoples, and that we should avoid needless conflict with others. More practically, he worried that a violent response would only spur further bloodshed across the generations, and you can see where we are today.
After 2 wars with the Deerwood, his warning is more relevant than ever.
While Ferret's words were shrewd, they were ignored back then. Simply remembering his warning now will not undo the wars and the changes that the years have seen. There is blood on these stones, and that is all anyone remembers now.
The image of a polished Adra cube flashes in your mind. There is writing on the sides, but the image is too faint for you to read it. This is the second time we've heard about this Adra cube. The Anamfatha turns away from you and looks at the ground, gnawing a pointed claw. You can't change the past, but your choices now still matter. Yes, that is the problem.
Another Estramor came through here a few days ago and, well, letting him through was a mistake. One I am eager not to repeat. The Guided Compass tribe has a reputation for being too soft with Estramoran. One that will not be improved by my failure to stop this man who has desecrated our most sacred sites.
I'll be honest with you, Bethwl. That sounds like the man I came here to stop.
I won't repeat a mistake in my haste to correct it. We bar Twin Elms from Estramoran to protect the ancient places that the Builders left behind. The Builders left this heritage to us to defend, but they alone had access to it. On this much, at least the 6 tribes agree.
You see again the polished Adra cornerstone in your mind. This time, the image is clearer. Each face of the stone is inscribed with a phrase you know by heart. You feel your lips form words. A gift from the Builders of civilization to the Guardians of their legacy. May the Guardians watch the door while the Builders keep the key.
These were the words given to the keepers of the stone.
She stares back at you, a tiny pointed teeth visible through a gaping mouth. What do they mean? They mean that Ferret's words may indeed be true.
Very well. The city is yours to explore. Tell the guard at the gate that you come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. If the gods have truly returned one of the builders to us, find the Delimgon of Ter Evron in Elm's Reach. If the gods have sent you here with a purpose, the Delimgon will know.
In the meanwhile, I shall be here to assist you. Thank you. We should probably come back to you with Palagina, but in the meanwhile, we may as well ask some questions. What are the 6 tribes? Glenfarthran society is divided into tribes which are further divided into clans. Each tribe is united by a particular history or way of life, and clans are communities of families that live together. In truth, there is more than 6 tribes, but the 6 largest have traditionally led the others. Each of the 6 has a seat here in the passage, where we discuss matters of common interest. You saw, for instance, the debate that occurred before the Broken Stone Wall. The 6 tribes are the Keepers of Stone, Fisher Crane, Three-Tusked Stegar, Stone Bramble, Tri-Split Arrows, and of course the Guided Compass. Do we want to know about them? Probably not so much. What can you tell me about yourself? I am the Anamfatha for the Guided Compass. Like many Anamfatha, I have leadership in my blood. While tribal authority is not strictly hereditary, we believe that strong leaders can impart a portion of their soul to their children and grandchildren, meaning that Anamfatha who succeed from a single line for many generations. Of course, with all that's happened here lately, I wonder whether my family's line is coming to an end with me. Oh well, we've gained... Oh, you weren't here a moment ago. My brother, fleeing in shame? I don't believe any of it. Arthur is lying. This I claim. Redie. Let's have a word with you then.
Tread carefully, Estermore.
Sensing you approach, an agitated elven hunter drops his conversation and turns to face you. What kind of courtesy have you learned in your filthy homeland? You speak of Glenfarthran matters. Begone. The huntress in the group raises a calloused hand. Still your heart, Redie. Do not forget where you stand. In the house of our ancestors and the 6 tribes, we commune as one people. The ancestors will forgive me and my brother when I clean the shame away from his name and from the taint it has brought to our tribe. What's happened to your brother? My brother Thorm is the greatest hunter of our tribe. He set out on a blood hunt but hasn't returned, and now Arthur, that puny liar, he claims to my brother. Arthur belongs to another tribe. He is the hunter that competed against Fiorm during their blood hunt. Arthur claims that Fiorm has exiled himself, deciding to not return to Twin Elms. Exiled in shame for losing to him during a blood hunt? Can you believe this liar? Even though Arthur returned with the giant Stegar's fang as proof, it's hard to believe that Fiorm would have failed to kill the prey first. But you cannot claim that yet, Redie. Not until the Anamfatha judged the truth. Arthur's weak, and from a lower tribe. I'll find the truth and clear my brother's name. Okay, so why do you think Arthur is weak and would lie about your brother? Why? Redie, please still your anger. He does not know our customs. Arthur stands much to gain from claiming a victory over Fiorm. It brings renown and glory to his kin, a lesser tribe, the Tri-Split Arrows. Arthur has no history and no name. Now he returns a hero while my brother, tricked, or even perhaps worse. How do you plan to clear your brother's name? I can't tell you while my brother's fate remains unknown. The Anamfatha must let me go. To judge Arthur and to clean our tribe's name, they cannot listen to only your truth. Before the Anamfatha, only an impartial voice can speak for what happened. You mean they're involved as an outsider? Listen to me now. Arthur returned with proof. Your brother did not even come back. The tribes are split. Something must be done. And this one is known to speak the truth. Sure. As an outsider, we can look into this without risking tension between your tribes. Red-Eye turns to face you, his hard features betraying no emotion, nodding. You're right in claiming this. The Anamfatha would agree to listen. There's no union between you and our tribes. The Huntress nods to you. Fiorm and Arthur went to the Northweld Forest beyond the Old Song Pass to hunt a giant Stagor. Search there and return to us with the truth if you can, but be aware, Stagor of such size, many times over their lesser kin, usually gather a great pride that follows them closely. Stranger, I don't expect help, but I'll do anything to know my brother's fate, and to clean the stain that Arthur has spilled on our tribe. Anything. This I claim. We've gained a new side quest. Glenfarthans are certainly interesting. We're learning more of the inner intricacies, how the tribes work. So now we can actually explore the other districts. We've been told to go to Elm's Reach for our main story quest. Speak to the Delemgan, Itia Evron. That's the tower that was broken into. Have we fought? Yeah, we have fought them before. Delemgan are level 6 primordials. Apparently the tower was... There was 2 sisters residing in the tower now. I suppose it's 2 primordial sisters. Sellable goods. Anyone not wearing any braces right now? In truth, these increase melee damage, so... Really? Go on then. Sigani can have them. Should we go to Elm's Reach? Yeah, we may as well. Unlike Defiance Bay, we'll follow the main storyline because it'll probably lead us to the other areas anyway. This is the road I need to follow. Is it? Yes, there it is. Do not try my patience, outsider. You shall not pass without permission of an Anamfatha. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessings of the guided compass. The god scowls and looks at his companion, who nods back. He turns again, his knuckles whitening around the shaft of his spear. Always too cozy with the outsiders. Go then, and mind your step around the sacred stones. Thank you. And with that, I think we'll end this episode here. We'll come back afresh in the next session. I'm starting to get a bit tired now, to be perfectly honest, so I'll recover. And as I say, we'll go to Elm's Reach in the next video. See you. Yeah, we can travel to both areas next time. Excellent. So, this is AnthWolf with Pillars of Eternity. Feel free to let me know what you think. And as I say, I'll see you all next time. Until then, bye bye now.